Hello, everybody, and welcome to your podcast, Mind the Time. My name is Fenton Harvey, and joined as always by our lovely co-host, Brendy Mahan.
What's happening, everybody?
What's crack, Brendy? How is the form, sir?
I'm very glad to be back. I missed a wee couple there over the last month.
We missed you.
I missed you too, lads. It was just, life gets in the way sometimes, you know.
Life just gets in the way.
But I'm back and I'm going to war now, folks, so...
Yes, Brendy's here to stay. And we, of course, have Shawnee Carey. What is crack, Sean?
Oh, hello.
How's it going?
I'm all good. I've been thinking about baby spiders all day.
Have you? Just randomly? Did you see a baby spider, or did you just think, I'm just going to...
I've seen a multitude of baby spiders outside my bathroom window. That's why it's been closed.
Do you think there's a mommy and daddy spider in there?
I'm not even worried about the mommy and daddy spider. I've just been thinking, do spiders know when they're a baby that they're actually sticky?
What do you mean sticky?
So they're running about the window ledge, but they're not actually going over the side. So I'm like, do they know they're like spidery yet? Do they know they can walk on walls?
Probably not. No, they're probably just going, I'm just going to stay here in the flat bit because I can't walk up walls.
Do they know they can shoot webs?
Hey, these are the things, Sean, that we'll figure out in the next few weeks as these wee baby spiders start to grow.
I could have Googled it, but I didn't.
Good man. Good man. So we are joined by our very special guest, the man, the myth, the legend, Max Roddy.
What is happening, lads?
What's the crack, man?
What is the crack, sir?
The first thought came into my head there now when Sean was talking. I'm deaf skipping my Irish lotto up a night, like 100%. 100%. I don't even need to check the numbers. That's a fact.
Oh, the wee baby spiders, that's a wee lucky thing,
I
isn't
just
it?
thought there, I'm not even ringing Kerry. The money's on the bank account already.
Just start spending it.
You'll be on your phone ordering a fucking Porsche or something halfway through the podcast.
I'll just disappear off the ground. He's back. He's on the sesh again. He's ready to FIFA.
Storming out halfway through. I don't need you, boys. I'm fucking rich.
Thanks for having me on, lads.
It is a pleasure, sir. It's a pleasure.
It's well overdue. Well overdue.
It is well overdue.
Me and Fenton have been looking to link up for a while, so
we have. This is the start of it. We're going to do a wee bit of collaborating on the videos and all too. And
let's get creative.
Lads.
Let's get creative and let's get it fucking done.
Watch this space.
So you've chosen the year 2010, dude.
Yes, I have. Like, it's so funny when you actually give me a text. It was the first year came to my head, and I was like, please don't be taken already. Don't be taken already. And that boom, it was there. I was like, right, that was a year where, no, you're young. You don't care. The only thing that happened bad that year was getting your heart broke about 6 times. Big airs. No, you're innocent. I wanted to pick a year where you can be lighthearted. My heart was broken. The times I went to the auction, I was just blocked and smoking 10 bags of weed all the time. So let's talk about that. It's a safe space.
It's a safe space. Nobody's listening. It's all good. It's all good.
Especially after last week's episode.
So last week's episode was just myself and Sean talking shite.
Literally. Yeah.
So yeah, 2010. Let's see where everybody was in 2010. So we're talking, what, 14 years ago? Brendy, where were you in 2010? What were you up to?
I was 20 years old. And I was just chatting to Max before we started there. The main thing I remember about 2010 was that I was about to tell a fucking lie. I was going to say it was the year it was Electric Picnic. It wasn't. 2011 was Electric Picnic. 2010, I was at a festival in Poland for the second year in a row called Opener, and it was fucking cracker too. It was like Arctic Monkeys, Pearl Jam, Kings of Leon, seen Nas and Damian Marley, all these cracker bands over in Poland. Everything was dirt cheap. We stayed in like a 5-star hotel for 4 days after the festival, and I think it cost us about £60 each, and it was unreal. Like, so it was class crack. About 25 dairy heads been about Poland for a week.
That's amazing. A 5-star hotel after.
Not sure if it was 5-star, but it was swanky.
It was well up there. Swanky Frankie.
It was swanky before we got on it. It wasn't swanky when we left, let me tell you.
Happy days.
That's my main memory of that year anyway.
Nice.
Festivals, just
festivals.
Getting weird at festivals.
Festivals.
Like 2010 was my first festival as well. Went to Oxygen, and it sort of was like a big thing when you're 17 and there. You know, we're all going to Oxygen this summer. We're all going to Oxygen.
Massive.
And then what actually happened to me though was bus wars. So the people who went to the college were organising the bus, and I was organising the bus. But it sort of became this thing where girls were leaving his bus and coming to my bus. And I got a text one time. Any more girls leave my bus, I'm going to kick the fucking dude. So that's the type of
Such
stuff.
a dairy thing.
Bus wars, like
Bus
it
wars.
was like he made his bus £35. I was like, I'm making mine £30.
Nice.
Get on
Undercut
that
the
bus, you know
fucker.
what I mean? And then with a profit, then you were just putting it into all the nightclubs, local nightclubs, putting about like a big dick. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a big fur
Champagne.
coat on you know.
Bus wars, falling out. They haven't even left the place yet.
Like
They haven't even
getting
gone.
threats, getting threats off was if you take that girl, he probably fancied that girl. Like,
Aye.
no, you take another girl off my bus, I'm gonna kick.
Because that's the way to go about getting somebody fancy anyway. Threatening our boys for taking them on your bus.
He must have thought he was so cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Who had the bigger bus?
Mine was the bigger
There
bus.
you
He had
go,
a 59 seater, I had an 84.
Oh, Jesus.
My profit margin.
I'm sure
We're talking
that
good dough, like
I'm sure that girl looked at the size of his bus and then looked at the size of your bus and went, you know what? I know what bus I want to be on.
Max Roddy's fucking bus.
We're going to Max Roddy's fucking party bus.
Hey, while we're on the
Fucking
subject,
play bus.
89-seater bus. What does that even look like? A big long yoke,
It's
or
like
was it like a
it was chambers,
double decker?
Chambers, isn't it?
Aye,
Double
chambers.
decker bus.
Right, double
that
decker.
Was carnage, like.
Imagine being upstairs in the way to a festival for about 9 hours. That's how
was-
where I drive through, isn't it?
It was a messy drive.
Are you sure it wasn't like a Chambers lorry?
I don't know. It's
And
fucking
just
massive.
like Smith mixer.
There was no room for any luggage or anything, so I was just sitting with tan glasses and fucking big suitcases full of drink. It was absolute mayhem.
Hard
like.
to beat the crack in
you
the
stop
bus.
for a piss stop on the way down. It takes you about an hour to get everyone back on the bus and all.
Absolute. It was the best time because you're so. That's what I said. I want to talk about being innocent and being at that age. Like you think you're the be all and end all.
Yeah.
That's silly. Like you go to Tesco's and you buy your drink, and we spent like 180 quid on drink. Me and my friend, and we didn't realize there was like 150 beer, and we landed Oxygen, and you have to walk 6 miles.
Oh,
heavy,
man.
heavy as anything.
So naive, we'll say. Do you know what I mean? I was fuck's sake. Do you know what I mean? Oh,
Built like a shit house by the time you get there. Like.
but still am.
Oh, I still are.
No, you're right there. I remember that about Oxygen too. You get there, and the first year we went, we had all big crits of Heineken, crits of Carlsberg, and then the walk. And you're not joking when you say about 6 miles. It was a fucking
It
trek.
took us an hour and a half to trudge these boxes of beer everywhere, and we were like, why do we not just get like 15 10 glasses?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're stopping on the way, trying to drink half them.
Lighten the load.
When we sat down at the festival, then you made it.
It's worth
the
it.
journey was just about to begin, the true journey of Oxygen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh,
One thing that I always find with festivals, what was the weather like? Because that can make or break things. Like.
we did get 2 days scorching well. You felt like you were in the middle of Spain, so that was class. No, everybody sitting,
Yeah.
tops off. No,
Yeah.
the crack was good. No, but 2 days it was like
Aye.
Passion.
monsoon weather. Like you know, you're running about with the vest and fucking falling about the bus, soaking, like standing at M&M, and you're just sitting there going, "What the fuck? I really wish I was in my fucking gaff." No, you're pretending you're enjoying yourself.
that's
All
it.
the kids, I'm having such a good time, but you're standing there going, "I wish I was in a gaff. I'm getting a Sunday dinner or something."
Nice wee pair of nice wee pair of new socks.
No, but like, have you been to a festival before, Sean?
Years ago, but never had that experience where there's welly bits and shit.
Oh, it was.
No, seriously, I've always managed to have really good weather. Actually, when I was in Download years ago, it was that dry that all the dirt on you was just dry dirt.
Aye.
Because we remember getting showers when we finally, after the festival, we got a shower. It was just dirt, and we were all, where the fuck's that come from?
I thought it had a great colour.
We were just covered in dust. You know what I mean? Like,
did you ever get that vibe when you're at a
Dust.
festival at that age? Dust. There's the spiders again. But, did you ever get that feeling at a festival where you're trying to have this male vibrato? You're trying to pretend to the girls you're having more fun than you actually are. You're sitting like, oh, it's fucking
In
shite.
reality, you're really hungover.
150 euro to see David Guetta, and I don't even fucking mind, but he was fucking lick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Waking up, fucking girls fucking petting your head, no, it's okay. Turn into your mommy for 4 days. Brutal.
I always find with things like festivals, even if you go camping and it's pushing down, it's a fucking nightmare. See, at the time, it's the worst thing that's ever happened to you. But then when you look back on it a couple of weeks later, you're all, that was the best crack I ever had in my life. You know,
You only remember the good things.
you romanticize the memory, and you're like, oh, it was
You
actually
make it
brilliant.
out to be better than it actually was.
Yeah.
What was the maddest thing you've ever seen in a festival?
Oh, geez, I don't even know, but it was probably involving my own group anyway. I mean, that first year we went to Oxygen, 07, it pushed down for about 2 weeks leading up to it, and the whole time we were there, and you were literally, by the time we got there tents, we were mucked up their fucking thighs, basically. Do you know what I mean? But just mayhem. I mean, my mate Dag, his cousin from America, was over. We called him Paddy America. He was a boy from New York, like, so he'd been to Ireland a few times and all, but we were all, I'm on, you're coming to Oxygen with us. So he's brought this American boy down, absolutely bewildered. Like, didn't really know the Irish drinking scene and all this here.
Aye.
And They won't hear it. If they probably know anyway. He ended up in the hospital tent that night because he drank too much. He was keeping up with us, and he ended up he disappeared.
Big mistake.
And everyone was looking for him, well worried about him. He was only about 17 as well, American boy, bit about oxygen, and he was found in the fucking hospital tent. And he just woke up and he says he ripped all the things out of him and all, and just ran out and left again and came back and met us. And we went to see
all the phone days, Mommy, I OD'd last night. My stomach had to get pumped, Mommy.
I woke up, I had all these like fucking wires and shit. I was like, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Fucking American Pied.
I'd say the last big festival I was at would have been the last. I think it was anyway. I've been at Stand Hall a couple of times, which is fucking amazing. But the last big festival, it would have been Witness, which was just before Oxygen.
The old Oxygen.
That was a messy
Showing
one.
Your age.
Show me age. Show me age.
And what did you witness?
Witness too much. Witness too much about myself. I was just fucking hammered for 3 days, and then there was a lot of rain too.
Yeah.
And doing that thing, as you were saying, keeping going to myself, I'm having a great time. And inside I was going, I hate being wet.
And your tent crying.
And the tent crying. And the tent,
blackouts everywhere.
There's one of the fellas was with us, fella Causey from Dublin, and he had borrowed his man and dad's tent, which had been like a family heirloom.
Oh, no.
Like, it was come back 40 years. It was one of the old style tents too, right? So we were sitting, we were drinking in the tent, before we headed out and all, and he was going, lads, be wild careful and all, and he was like, don't be balancing your drink there and fucking watch that, don't be spilling anything. See, by the end of the night, that her was fucking hammered with a marker, writing stuff, and the inside of the thing just get fucking trashed. Like, it just turned into a thing.
Like at the festival.
No.
Take nothing of any significance.
We ended up sleeping in a van with people. I couldn't even tell you who they were or where they were from or anything. I just remember waking up in a van with a carjack here and just going, what the fuck am I doing?
Half your soul disappeared just.
Yeah.
What was the carjack for? Did they prop someone up so you could like lie under each other?
In a van, so it was obviously they just changed
like
the
bunk beds?
Probably a friendly.
I thought you had like bunk beds going. Like,
No, I think I was probably lying on top of the spare wheel or something.
Oh.
But the rain, and I seen recently a friend of mine, James McKegney, was at a Download Festival, and the muck and the rain, it was just 3 or 4 days of just rain. I put on a coat looking at it.
You have to just try and embrace it when you're
You have to.
I'm here now.
I'm in my 30s. Are you guys in your 30s as well?
I'm 33 now, yeah.
You couldn't pay me something.
No, that's the thing.
You couldn't pay me.
You can do them things in your late teens, 20s.
The only way you're getting me at a festival now is if I'm staying in a wee B&B in the town and I'm just going in during the day and then I'm going back to a nice normal bed then at night.
Yeah.
Not a fucking tent.
A wee cup of tea.
Aye, that's it there.
and a normal fucking toilet.
The wee dressing gown, wee cucumbers over your eyes and all.
You see, I don't know how you could do it, Sean, because Sean had mentioned in the last podcast that he's like your man shitbreak out of American Pie. Yeah. Sean doesn't like using bathrooms and other toilets other than his own. So what would you do at a 3-day festival?
Like, I've done it. When I went to Glasgowbury years ago, like I did the 2 in a row, and I managed to not for
like
the
hold
3
your shit
days,
down, Sean, the
swear
whole
to God.
time.
But the pure fear of me driving home in the bus that I was going to shit myself in the bus.
But you know what? You probably trained yourself because like I have an uncle as well.
Yeah.
He will not shit anywhere except his gap. He will not shit anywhere. He doesn't care where. He was in Spain for 10 days. I'm not shitting. Like he has a war with himself. I'm not shitting anywhere. Like, you know what I mean?
But see, the second time I went, I was on one of the toilets and it was like a pyramid of everyone. Everyone's
shite.
Shite everywhere.
And do you know when you do that thing, you freak out and you're like, if I open this door, there's going to be people fucking queued.
Aye.
And I was all right. And I opened the door and there was this girl and I said, I swear that was me. And she goes, I bet you was you. And she said, hi. And she shouted over to her friends all, he just took a big shit. And I was just thought, I didn't even have
I'd be all here. Got rid of it.
You know what I mean? Like one experience I had too, and it was the maddest thing I think happened when I was at a festival, was this boy just walked up to the middle of our tents. I think he was from Dublin. He said, do you want to see something fucking mad? And he just dropped his cacks to his ankles and just took a massive shit in front of the others and just pulled him up. Away he went. Like anything can happen. Like
you almost have to just sitting there.
You're like, no, I applaud you, sir. I applaud
well
you,
done.
Sir.
Not even a wipe.
Not a wipe. He just pulled the bag straight up and boom, I never seen him again. Like, do you want to see something mad?
I'm not sure if he's a hero or a villain, to be honest.
Do you know what I used to hate as well? See walking through the campsite drunk. and the fucking strings, the cord from tents.
You tip over.
Man, I swear to God, I could only walk 10 yards at a time, and then there's people shouting from the tent, going, "Watch where you're fucking walking." I'm trying my best,
And you're standing on a couple probably too. Do you know?
man, and then by the time I get to the toilet, it's about 3 hours later. I'm like, right, God, go to the bathroom, and then I can't find my way back.
Oh, it's amazing.
And just wandering around the fucking campsite, tripping over people's tents.
And then you're looking for a tent in the middle of 1,000 tents.
Aye.
Like, you don't want to be too
Doesn't
close to the walkway because you have loads of people walking past your tent. But the further back you are, the harder it is to find. So you're sort of going, fuck.
Fucking
you know
throwing
what?
up.
It's a trend. Everybody was doing it that age. You're 17. You're just like, I have to do that. So I'm one of the boys. I have to go to the festival. Like,
couldn't pay me
as
now.
I said,
No.
you couldn't
No,
fucking
same.
pay me.
That is a rite of passage, though, isn't it? That's something that you have to
a
do.
wee badge you get along the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Wee badge of honour for
I
surviving
did
it.
5 festivals in as many years. 2 at Oxygen, 2 at Opener, and 1 at EP, and then that was me done.
Retired.
Big time.
I'm hanging up my festival.
Retired and disgraced too.
The smell of fucking baby wipes lingering in the air.
Was a bit
you had to
baby
do.
wipes I was smelling anyway.
Do you remember? I remember a thing at Witness as well. People were doing the human pyramids. Is that still a thing?
that was
I
a
remember
thing
that
back
at Sleen way back as well.
Yeah.
Do you remember people doing the human pyramids?
In the toilet?
I remember seeing my mate again, Dig, keeps fucking popping up so it is. He had an hour girl, he had a friend of mine, ours called Catherine, on his shoulders. Catherine had an hour friend of ours called Anya on her shoulders. So Dig was holding 2 people on his shoulders.
Wow.
You can see her. There's actually a photo of it. It's from Poland.
It's like a taunton pole.
I was standing in the back going, jeez, that's not safe for everybody. You know what I mean?
There's definitely some ropey things like ropey things
Like those like there could be about, I don't know, 20 or 30 feet tall, high, maybe more.
I start off at like 17 at the bottom, 16 the whole way up.
Aye, going up. And then you see it collapse and you're like, how is people not broken all their bones in the middle of that? Like?
Aye, like you literally are a flight risk of dying in a fight. I think everybody's all like, Oxygen, 17 people were stabbed today, and you're sitting walking about and you're 17. That's another reason why you're pretending to have fun. I don't want to get stabbed. I don't want to get stabbed.
See that human pyramid thing? I seen that in the Halifax ad once.
Did you? Was that a pyramid scheme?
Do you remember that? The Halifax ad where they get old people, they build a house using people.
Don't remember that one.
It's like a classic one from
The only Halifax ads I remember is your man Howard. Do you remember your man with the glasses?
He was in The Office as well. Do you remember? He was on the UK office. Do you remember the one that they done after Life in a Row? No, it was the Christmas special.
Aye.
Yeah, but that's
who was he in that? Just like popped on.
He was him. So David Brent was going around the clubs.
Aye,
that's
right. David Brent,
and we have Howard from. That's right there. That's the one. You're the wanker, mate. Crack.
I've got someone to admit I've never seen the UK office.
You've still a good time.
But I've got into the American one the past like 6 months.
Class.
So I have made a mission to myself.
UK one's very different.
Very different.
But it started it all.
I'm in love with the American one.
It's brilliant.
It's just like, I think it's better than Friends.
It's my go-to.
Amazing.
It's my go-to comedy. Like me and Sarka can't eat dinner anymore without having The Office on.
Oh, you have to.
I literally couldn't digest my dinner anymore if I wasn't on.
You'd be having the fork.
It's like Team Pam and Jim, like it's 100%.
Oh, it's so good.
I haven't seen it.
Have you not seen it?
But the UK one, like,
worth a watch.
It's far more sort of realistic and cringy. The UK one. I don't mean cringy as in like terrible. I mean cringy as in hilariously cringy. The situations are so cringy. You're watching. Sometimes I've had to leave the room. I'm at awkward watching it because it's so fucking well done. You know what I mean? It's brilliant. Like,
well, I'm deaf. So it's
hilarious. You'll push your bags laughing.
The specials aren't so good, but the actual show,
lethal.
Sweet.
I'm definitely getting on it.
Yeah, I do.
It's a lot more Office. The American Office is a wee bit more PG, I think, too. UK Office is quite not PG.
So the first series of the US Office,
yes,
it was pretty much word for word. There was a carbon copy of it.
The remake of the UK one.
It didn't really work too well for American audiences.
No.
Aye.
So that's why they changed it and went a wee bit more PG and American style.
It took on its own life then.
And then
the
just
US one, you know,
ran away. It was class.
Both brilliant. Both brilliant.
So what age were you in 2010, Max?
I was 17.
You were 17.
I was coming 18 in September.
And what were you doing with yourself?
I was in lower 6th. Obviously the first year before there's 2 years before you go on to university and stuff. I was on the first year, lower 6th.
What school were you at?
St. Joseph's. Was a great school to be at, and when you get to 4th year, like, it was great for me, like first to third year, because I was on the drama and stuff. No, you sort of stood out in a school like St.
Get a bit of
Joe's,
stick like
hard nails, you're gay for fucking doing acting, you're gay. And so when I got to 4th year, it was sort of like a second lease of life. So I had 4 years then, from 4th year right up to 17, school shows. People thought you were class.
You come into yourself. And
no, you're singing and you're actually doing stuff you actually enjoy. Because when I talked about drama first to 3rd year, I was a loser. Like,
yeah.
100%.
Then I was like the new kid on the block. Do you know what I mean? No, like, big dick on campus. Then all the girls were like, "Oh, he's such a good singer, and all he's in a band." Oh, do you know what I mean? So lower sixth, I was doing a lot of plays. I actually got my first lead role in a play called Bouncers.
Class.
And we did a run in the Playhouse in the March when I was 17. Sold out the 4 shows.
That would be some experience, man, at 17.
Man, at 17, like, I was by chance, they didn't even know I was good at acting. I was doing acting for years, and this guy came in the school and was like, I need 4 boys. And there was a guy called in the play, Big Eric, so I was fat, so I got him, but that was the main role. And it just sort of fell into place, and I took under the role so well. And the play went that well in the March that they actually brought it back to the Playhouse in the September again. We did another 5 shows, so we did like 11 shows in the space of 6 months, and that was my first buzz of getting on stage.
Fell in love with it. Sort of
I want this feeling. Like,
that buzz is so addictive. Like,
oh, see that feeling of a good show or a good performance. It is so addictive, and I was hooked. Then I was already hooked from doing pantomimes when I was 13. But see, when you're like a lead role and that feeling of standing on stage, I can't. I was talking to Fenton downstairs about it. There's no feeling like it.
No,
trust me, I've tried to find it. I've tried to find it. Like.
Brilliant.
So where did the acting thing come from? Were you always like a bit of a performer? And
see, like, I've been asked this recently, and funny enough, when I was 9, my dad was a massive Peter Kay fan. So I mind sitting with a bar of chocolate every night. Can I watch Phoenix Nights? No, I was 9. My dad didn't really want me to watch it. Phoenix Nights. I was like, I want to do that. That's the way it always was. And I mind getting through. And my mum was like, no, he loves making people laugh. He loves, they say in school, like, he doesn't realise he's not on stage all the time. He needs to take a break. So I was just obsessed, and my ma put me into a drama school. And
what drama school was it?
Grove Theatre. It was a local production.
Very good, yeah.
And I just fell in love with it, man. I can't describe it. Singing, dancing, acting, whack, improvisation. I felt at home. I felt at home, and I always followed Peter Kay's career right through then. And I was just like, when I was 15, I mind saying to my brother, I'm going to be a stand-up comedian. He's like, you're not even funny. I said, what, you laugh at me all the time? So I just fell in love at a young age. I did the drama schools, obviously the Grove Theatre. Got the first lead role. Then I actually studied performing arts at the Tech and went on then to Liverpool University and did it as well.
Class, man.
So I've just been obsessed.
Yeah.
I've been obsessed. And then I took a bit of a hiatus from sketches and stuff. And then when I was 25, my cousin came back, John Burke, who's a videographer, best mate as well. And he was like, Eugene, you're made for the stage. Why have you not done anything in 4 years? And that was obviously to do with life things in life. And things went a certain way. And I was like, let's go. 2017, we made a sketch, and it just skyrocketed. What was
the first sketch you made?
Max Roddy PT.
The PT ones. That's right.
We did one first. It was just me on my own in the gym, and it got like 30,000 views. I'm like, I think we're on this on here. And John was back for 6 months. It led on to a full cast episode. That skyrocketed, man. Like I think we had 200,000 views on Facebook, and the Belfast Telegraph was ringing me. This was my second sketch back at it.
Nice.
I was like, this is what I want in life. Like, there's nothing else I want to do. I don't think there's anything else I'm good at. And it skyrocketed from there, and I haven't stopped doing comedy since 2017, since we did that Max Roddy PT. I'm always getting a phone call every now and again, even if I'm taking a break. Do you want to do something? I'm like, let's go.
Let's do it.
Do you know what I mean?
You can't turn that down. Like. And then the stand-up side of it. When did you do your first stand-up?
My first stand-up gig was 2021.
2021.
I originally booked you in 2019.
That's right.
For a 7-week run I was doing the Diplomat, and I wasn't in a good place. I took the gig on. I still organised the whole thing, but mentally at that time in my life I was a bit heavy on the drink and drugs. Took on the gig, freaked out because I was like partying right up there, didn't rehearse, didn't take it serious, all that shit, didn't take it serious. And I had Fenton booked. He was the first actual performer at Addicted to Crack.
That's right.
And I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
I wasn't even there.
It was a good night.
It was a great night. I heard it was great. But I organised this night. I wasn't even there because I was I was going through a bit of a hard time. We'll just say it was
Yeah.
lost. We'll say it was
Hey, we've all been there, dude. We've all been there.
100%.
So then I sort of calmed down the drinking drugs for a while, and then Owen Colgan from the Hardy Bucks, he texts me. I don't know how he got me. I think I liked a few things, and he seen one of my sketches because he followed me back. And he said, "Oh man, do you want to perform with me in Castle Derg?" And this was like August 2021, and I was like, "You don't say no here.
No.
Don't say
You do
no.
not.
If you
Definitely
want
not.
to be a stand-up, no matter how fucked up are you, say aye. You're
Yeah,
saying aye.
yeah.
So I took that gig on 3 weeks' notice. Did Castle Derg. First ever experience doing it. And I was still drinking back then, about 3 or 4 pints we owned before I went on, but the gig went well. People in the crowd were asking me to come up at the Castle Derg again. Do you want to do MC for this after my first ever gig? So I was like, maybe I'm on this song. Maybe if I clean myself up a bit here, there could be a career. And Owen came up backstage after, so, do you want to do another 2 gigs in Derry in 2 weeks' time? And I was like, aye.
Oh, man.
Fucking right this, dude. I rang it up, man. I was all, don't worry, I'm not going to not show up this time. Let's do it. And we did 2 gigs.
I was there that night, that one Cogan and
Were you
that. I was there.
night?
It was,
Oh, it was some
cracker.
night, man. Some
Class.
night. Like, it was a good way to start. Like, not many people can say that's how they got on it.
Oh, big time, man. Big time.
And then again, planned to do another Addicted to Crack that December. Went heavy on the drink again after my last gig we owned. That buzz, you're chasing it.
Of
Yeah.
course.
At that stage in my life, I was chasing the buzz. Like, went a bit heavy again. Had Roe Boyle even booked. I think I might have had you booked again.
That's
And
right, myself and
and
Roe.
I'll be honest now on this podcast, I made up some bullshit lie about.
Oh, we knew. Don't worry, we knew.
I was like, COVID. COVID's letting the story now. So, not a great thing, but as it's progressed now, I got sober 10 months ago, and
Excellent.
thanks be to God, I'm still sober, and I've got a bit laser focused now.
I could tell. I could tell when I bumped into you when you did get yourself back on track again. Like, I could just tell there was a difference in you.
There was a different man standing.
Different
up to
man
me. Like,
standing there,
Rehab
yeah.
saved my life. Like, rehab saved me. I do genuinely believe I did a gig for you. I could kill you, by the way. My 4th ever gig, Fenton gives me 3 minutes notice.
No, it was at least 5.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, is this an initiation test? Is Fenton calling me out there? I was all, I don't even mind saying I.
That must have been straight after you nearly broke every bone in my body, hugging me. I was like, what?
Is he not the biggest gentleman you've ever met in your
Yeah.
life? Like,
Of course.
you just get this presence about you, man, and it's very infectious. Like, very infectious. And
Good
like,
man.
I give him a
That's it.
hug when I seen him, and then he goes, do you want to do a gig now tonight? And I was like, well, if I'm doing my headline for my next gig, I might as well do this now.
Aye, because that was a couple of weeks out from
6
your
weeks,
6
the,
weeks
the
out.
headline, like, and that was my 5th gig, the headline. But I'm not lying, Fenton, and I'll tell you this now: I had no rehearsals for the Kosh.
Fair play to you, man, because it didn't seem it.
The jokes were wrote,
Uh-huh.
but I was like, you know what? This is my chance to show these boys I'm sober. I'm ready. So next thing I know, I'm sitting with Aaron McCann out the back and going, what the fuck? What is going on? And then I'm realising, he's like, we're going to put you on later, don't worry, calm down. He probably see me, I was racing up and down. Like, and I was getting introduced by Pete Davidson. He was following in that night to the MC.
That's right.
And he goes, ladies and gentlemen, Max Roddy. And I walk on and go, I've never did this sober before. And my head, I was like, oh shit. But it was a great night, and I really appreciated the opportunity.
It was a cracker night, man, and I was so glad that you took up the offer.
Aye.
You know, and I was so glad that you went up and stormed it then.
It's very
think
easy
it
to
was
say, oh, no.
It was
very easy.
It was one of them moments in my head. I was saying no. Then next thing I'm out the back, I thought I said no to Fenton, but then I realised I actually said aye. But it shows you how much I wanted it.
Exactly.
And I was very grateful for the opportunity, and it made me get that hunger.
Good.
It was
You,
my
you
4th
weren't
gig,
letting
like,
yourself not do it. Do you know what I mean? It was like, fuck it.
but I'm laser focused now, and I'm glad. Obviously, the rehab happened, but I mind writing down in rehab last year. There was 10 things I wrote down. Thing 1 was lose weight, get active, doing stand up, blah blah blah. I can't remember the full 10 things, but I guarantee if someone showed me the 10 things, I've done every one of them already. So
Fair play.
I've lost a bit of weight. I'm still a fat bastard, but I've lost 3 stone. I'm
You're
half a
looking
fat
well, sir.
bastard.
You're
You look
looking
well
well.
on it, anyway. You look well on it.
But no, I swear to God that it's always been a part of me, Fenton, if I'm honest. And I think laughter, best medicine. in the
Best
world.
medicine.
Like, I love being a gag. I don't take myself too seriously. And it was always there since obviously the Peter Kay moments. And I was like, I fucking want that. And I don't care what level I get to. If it is locally, if I just want to do it.
Just doing it,
Do you know what I
man.
mean?
You're not
Just
doing it
do
for acclaim. You're doing it for your own
I'm just
happiness.
doing
Just
it because you know what? I'm most happiest when I'm sober and I'm on stage. Plain and simple.
Pure passion, like.
Absolutely. From it just felt natural. The whole, even though there was these breaks and the sobriety had to happen. It just felt like it was always like when I walked on stage, it felt nice in my headline.
Yeah.
Someone said my support act was 15 years in the game, and they said you came across like you're in the game 15 years, and that was
Excellent.
There you go.
a big compliment. Like for your first gig, you're like, whoa.
So that was your first solo show in the Waterside Theatre.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was double booked that night, but I
know.
hear it was fucking awesome. Like,
It went well, man.
Yeah.
Very well. It just felt that moment like, fuck, this is what you're meant to do with your life. You're not meant to be sitting in some sesh with some idiot who's telling you you're funny
No.
or pretending that you're going to do a gig.
and they won't remember you the next day.
No.
And you make them laugh. Where's that going to get you? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sitting in a sesh at 6 o'clock with no top on, probably dancing like that there or something. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing with your life, man? You're
Tiring
30,
your
you're
head now.
30, lad. Sort yourself out.
That's what we do after the podcast. So
That's the only reason I'm here. I got to tell you we're all getting
okay.
topless now.
Yep.
Let's do it.
No, I'm not topless. Bottomless.
Sean likes to call it the bottomless brunch. I'm only joking.
Very different meaning.
I'll bring a knives and forks up.
Definitely, it's just been a part of me, and I'm very grateful to be in the opportunity. Early stages of my career, that things are going well.
Excellent, man.
days.
Excellent.
Unreal.
I'm very glad to hear it. And a lot more. You're planning to do more of your solo show?
Yeah, I'm going to try and bring the full solo show in San Dino's. I'm in talks with him at the minute to try and get that in September. So that's
Right.
going to be me second time doing the Clean Mad, but I'm in Liverpool in the 12th of August, newcomers night at the Hot Water Comedy Club.
Nice.
So I'm using the best 15 minutes, what I think's the best 15
aye.
minutes for Liverpool now in August 12th as well.
Hot water, is it?
Yeah.
Good place
Brilliant.
to be hitting
Aye.
to.
I like that's been like I don't know how everybody outside of stand up, but that's like
Oh, aye.
you always want to say you've did there, and
Yeah.
to be doing that for my 6th gig, I'm like, right, let's smash it.
Yeah,
Let's
it's kicking the
hopefully
balls.
smash it. Let's hopefully smash it.
Yeah.
Like,
And then bottle up and bring it home.
bottle it, then I'll do good in San Dino's again.
Yeah.
That was me trying to make a joke about a hot water bottle, but didn't really.
Oh, sorry,
It's all right. He's always busts the jokes.
sorry, Sean.
We had a wee button here now with toilet flushing just.
I'll just go outside to the spiders.
Sorry, Sean.
Show them how these.
The lotto spiders.
The wee lotto spiders. They're all in Max's pocket. He's taking away for luck.
Show them how to climb the walls.
Sean, what were you up to in 2010?
Oh Jesus, fun! You know, I never know these questions. So I'm going to try and work it out age-wise. It was 25.
Uh-huh.
So don't know. No, I'm only joking. I know it was round. So what I was actually doing, I know this much. I was trying to save to go to Sicily. Remember I spoke about Sicily? I think that might have been the next year that we took off to Sicily. So I was still like saving, because after uni I spent a couple of years doing that silly thing. Well, it's not a silly thing, but when you look back, you think it's silly, but you were just working Monday to Friday and then drinking all weekend and then doing it again and again. And
That's a lot of people's lives.
yeah,
Just, you
and
know.
a couple of years passed, and I was like, no, my mate and I, Anthony, we were like, no, we need to get away now. Like, we need to do, because we were talking about it for years. So
Yeah.
I think I would have been saving. So would have been a mild night out, and then just working for the man.
Working for the man.
Working for the man.
And I think it was the next year. I think it was 2011. Then we actually, that's when we fucked off, man.
Yeah.
So that was just a working year, working hard. Oh, and working on an animation. That's right. We were working on an animation for a year, Anthony and I too, for La Musique.
Class.
No, La Musique.
Yeah.
Jean-Claude Van Damme and Dollface Devereaux.
Aye.
Very good, man.
Ah.
We animated them for their live when they were resident in
Yeah.
San Dino's at the time. So we
Class,
spent
man.
a year
Morning, Niall.
animating them.
Amazing.
And then that was like our last payment. And then we fucked off into Sicily.
You did right,
So-
'cause it's very easy to get stuck in that. Sorry, Sean. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, I did some that year.
Yay.
I don't even know.
Sorry for interrupting you, Sean.
No, you're grand.
Me and Sean are always all like, fun. What'd you do that year? I don't know. We should think about it before we come on, but I never do.
What
Yeah.
were you doing?
Oh,
Fun?
fuck it.
You would have been in Dublin.
I was just about to move back from Dublin. I was moving back to Derry. I think it was in December of that year. I moved back after 11 years in Dublin. I moved back to little old Claudy.
Back to Claudy.
From the Big Smoke back to Claudy.
Did you do stand up down in Dublin as
I
well?
started doing stand-up in Dublin. I had done my first couple of gigs there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Just caught the bug.
What
Caught the
age
bug.
were you when you started filming?
I was, 2010. Would have started counting now. I think I was like 30. Yeah,
Class.
30, yeah. Slash.
There's something on that.
Something in the 30s.
Never too late to start. Man.
Not at all. Never too late to start anything. Like.
Morgan Freeman didn't become an actor. He was 58.
Wow.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, that's it.
Frank Skinner as well. I think he didn't start stand up to 40.
Do you know
there
what I mean?
Go.
Yeah,
It's one of them things that's good about it is you don't, you can start at 45
Exactly.
50.
It's not as if I'm going to be sitting here now at 43 going, do you know what? I think I want to be a professional footballer. You know,
You can't do it.
No, I'd be 10 years
You don't
fucking
get as much,
retired.
you don't
at
get
this
as much
stage.
choice in that sort of field, I don't think.
To be fair, I claim if I could hit goal kicks, I could still play championship level football as a goalkeeper.
Do you think?
I can move?
Oh.
I can move.
Moves like Jagger.
I'm telling you, I'm quick for a fat guy. Like.
Did you play any?
I played 16, 17, and just the drink and the burgers took over. But like I think I played Derry under 14, like the Derry Select.
Ah,
when I was
class.
14, so I was a good goalkeeper, but 32, you can't just be all, I'm going to play for Ireland in the next World Cup.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
No, we won't be on it.
If I was in net,
If you were in net,
we
definitely
would
be
be
in
the
it,
whole
you
way
know.
to the quarterfinal.
I would want it. I had done a bit of goalkeeping too when I was that age, but I think it is because goalkeepers are a wee bit fucking mental. And then
I was the worst. I was a decent footballer when I was younger, but I was the worst goalkeeper because my instinct was when the ball was blasted at you, get out of the fucking road. I was more of I was an attacker. You know what I mean?
well, that maybe is the stand-up comedy side that you just stand there and fucking take everything that's thrown at you, like. And
Exactly.
True. That's a good analogy.
so I was just moving back to Claudia, and I would say whenever I moved back, I remember I'd say it was a good 8 or 9 months. I remember one day walking down the street in Claudia going, "Oh, I feel like I'm back home again now." Do you know it took that long? Like I was 11 years living in a big city,
Yeah.
and it took that long to feel normal again. It was normal to be back in Claudia and not just up for a weekend or whatever.
Aye.
But I was probably held on in Dublin a wee bit too long.
You think
Sure.
you knew you wanted to come home maybe a couple of years before you
Probably should have in hindsight, you know what I mean? Because I was doing a wild lot of fucking about and a wild lot of drinking, and
Dorothy was right. There's no place like home.
no place like home was right, man. And then my wee niece was just born, Eva, my brother's wee girl, and I remember thinking, fuck, I don't want to be just... I have niece and nephews anyway, but I didn't want to be a stranger, so that was me back. Had hair and all then.
That's right. You had hair when I met you.
Do you remember?
A good head.
Do you remember? I went to the barber's the other day down in Spencer Road, and I went... I've been thinking for a wee while, you know, am I just going to bald it? Because see, when it gets to the point where it's going, it's like, what do you do? So I went in and I was like, I think I'm going to get a 0.5 just to see what it's like, you know, try it out.
You do. You suit the skinhead though.
I was about to say I thought Phantom was always bald.
No,
I just
you do.
assumed you were always
It's born
bald.
bald.
Definitely suit the skinhead for deafs.
So then I go, I'm thinking of just totally balding it. And he's a guy down in Spencer Road, I'd say he's about 60 odd, sounds a pound. He gave me a fucking roasting. He was like, you're not getting your head totally balded. You have enough hair there for a 0.5. Get that notion out of your head now. I'm not doing it. I said, all right, just do whatever.
Barber etiquette.
And then so it was about 5:30 and I was the last in the chair and he had shouted at me and then he went over and locked the doors and I was thinking, oh fuck's sake, what have I said? He's going to batter me.
You're going nowhere.
Well, because they said I wanted to get it bald.
Was this Paddy Burns?
Aye.
Yeah.
Is his name Paddy Burns? Because I heard
think
somebody
so.
that leaving before go and see you, Paddy, so it's
Aye,
definitely Paddy.
has to be Paddy
Is
Burns. He's a well-known...
his
Paddy
middle
Burns.
name Side?
I was going to say if has nickname means sideburns, I don't know.
sponsors the podcast. There's a wee free pub from Ireland.
Sideburn.
Aye, he seems like a local character, like, you know,
Yeah,
everybody coming in and...
His new nickname Side. Sideburns.
When we were younger, like, seeing the Waterside anyway is well known, like, for being the main barber, like, so when... Say your hair was a wee bit longer than it should be, or that was the society as a kid allowed it. People would be all, Paddy Burns is after you. That's the way it was.
Top Waterside.
That was the old version of get your hair cut, you freak.
Oh, we got tortured when we were younger too. Like.
But it's the same thing. There used to be a boy in our street that walked past and he was baldy.
Aye.
And then you would have just shouted at him, can I have a lend of your comb? It's just-
All giggle now.
Is it true there's someone from the Waterside who's called Baldy Longhair? I swear to God, I've heard these nicknames
He's a
before.
teacher in the college.
I swear
He's a teacher in the college.
Baldy Longhair. I swear to God,
So
that
was
is
it?
So I love my daughter's
Yeah,
side.
I've never seen the
Is it
guy.
like a
No,
Paul
I
Bailey?
never went to the college, but all my mates did growing up, and I heard about him all the time. And I think I actually said, but apparently he had like a sort of Zidane style hair and then a big fucking ponytail.
Baldy long hair.
Baldy long hair.
Nicknames, the
Brilliant
nicknames.
nickname.
Oh, some of the nicknames in Derry are absolutely
I know.
incredible.
I heard one. I don't know the person at all. I just heard it through like people talking about nicknames one time. There's a boy called Barry Mahogany Shoulders because he goes to everybody's funeral, even if he knows them or not. It's called Barry Mahogany Shoulders from like Carrion Coffins and stuff.
Jesus Christ.
I think there's a boy called Crouton from Derry because he always gets croutons in his soup. I swear to God. I swear to God, Crouton. Like the nicknames I've heard in Derry.
Crouton.
Blew your mind.
That's amazing.
I heard another one. I think it was from somebody from Tyrone or might even be down south, but some GA player or whatever, and the boy's called End of May. Everyone just calls him June.
Very good.
Did you have a nickname? Or do you?
Well, you see, there's the Max thing for a start.
Max-
so
That's not
Max-
even your name.
Max is my alter ego in a way.
I know because you came in and went, yes, Max.
I know I've been
And then
calling you
I was
Max the whole time.
My fiance didn't know I was called Eugene until we were going to her 6 weeks. And she like heard my mum call me Eugene and my auntie or whatever. She was like,
We nickname.
"Are you not called Max?" Oh no, like, do you want to go see Eugene Roddy on stage or Max Roddy? Do you know what I mean? There's just a better, it sounds like a
Max
better
Roddy,
stage
yeah.
name.
It is.
Nickname when I was younger, right? I didn't think I was going to talk about this, but okay. They called me Scoots first and third year because I took a shite in school. Scoots. They were, what you get for Christmas? A scooter. Scoots, like, and then Big Huge Eugene. So Big Huge. That sort of caught on. Like everybody used to run about shouting Big Huge all the time. So
Yeah, big huge.
Big Huge just was like the standard, like Big Huge. But then Max sort of came along with. I was working in a bar one time, and I was like, right, I want to get good tips, and they were putting on their name badges, and I was like, no one's going to be all Eugene the waiter sound. I was all, just put Max on there, and that just sort of stuck since
Good
2000.
thinking.
Oh, Max.
Max Roddy
It's a
does
powerful
sound a
name.
lot more powerful than
That is a good name.
when you hear Eugene, you think of Grease, the movie. Like, do you know what I mean?
I know I was trying to think of that line. What did they say in it?
Hey Eugene,
Yeah.
I got that in my first day of university. I was like, oh fuck.
What about you, Fun?
My nickname was Charvo.
That's
yeah.
right. I heard that
Because
before.
Your email.
My brother went to the college and his nickname became Charvo off the Harv, Fenton Harvey. So Charv, don't know how it came from that. So as a good Irish way of doing it, I became Wee Charvo.
Wee Charvo, yep.
So I was Wee Charvo, and Emmett was Big Charvo, and then I got taller than him, so I was Wee Big Charvo.
Wee big.
So the Charvo thing stuck. That is mad meeting somebody that always knew you as Charvo. And then you meet them now when you're like 43, and not many people call me Charvo anymore. You know what I
I
mean?
used to hear it all the time in the Duns days. You'd meet somebody up a town. I'd be with you. They'd be all right, Charvo. I'd be no, it's not us. No.
Do you think you've outgrew the nickname?
No, it's still there. It's just, I don't know, just different people will still use it. Like,
Yeah, and then it brings back a wee memory. Fuck, I used to
It does.
hear that all the time.
It does. Like there's a guy from Culloty called Mickey Shit. And the guy's a fucking business owner. You know what I mean? And
Do you know him, Scoots?
But he's
No,
always.
fuck off.
it's
Fuck off, Sean. I was waiting. That there, I got bullied at school this
Sean,
time.
stop bullying guests.
Live
I'm not.
bullying from Sean. No,
Jesus.
I deserve that. What a nickname. Like.
No, seriously, we don't tolerate
Right, let's get on
bullying,
there. Sean, do you have any nicknames?
So, so there were two that I'll mention through my entire life. One, the best one I ever got was when I was younger. I was jumping off this wall in front of this man's house, and I fell hands first on a pile of mud, and he used to call me Mucky Fucky Hands. And that was my best one. So every time you see me, it was, yes, Mucky Fucky Hands.
That's a wild mouthful there. It's a wild tongue twister.
You don't have a leg to stand on, man. With Scoots, like you don't have a leg to stand on.
It wasn't mud. So that was my favorite one, but it didn't
class.
catch on. But my brothers and I, like, we used to get, since our surname's Caddy, we used to get Caddy Bear.
Caddy
Teddy
Bear.
bear.
So,
Caddy
is-
Bear.
I thought
It's
of
not-
drugs straight away. As a bag, Kenny. I just thought Kenny. Sounds like something happened. Kenny. Sorry.
Start calling you K-hole.
It's all coming out now live on the podcast. Sean's addicted to kids.
No, no.
Oh, no, gee, Brandy.
Mum, Dad,
Brandy.
Brandy, aye. But a lot of my other mates I grew up with would call me Mahoon.
Mahoon.
Brandy Mahoon. And back in the day, there was a girl we were sort of friendly with too, who she always called me Brandy Mahoon. But it turned out one day she actually thought my name was Mahoon, not Mahoon.
All right, because it's spelled Mahoon.
It's just basically an extra O. But I'm Mahoon. I still get called Mahoon by a lot of people. Do you know?
That's a nice one.
That's about it. Like, never really had any other nicknames.
I like you don't get bullied over Mahoon. Like
No,
that just sounds
no.
nice off the top of the tongue. Like.
See, at work recently, I started working in a different section of her work, and then the woman, a woman in the room, I love tuna. Like maybe a couple of days a week, you know. I love the tuna sandwiches. She was the same, right?
Tuna's lovely.
Tuna's fucking class.
That's spice tuna, but we'll talk about that another day.
So she started calling me fishy. Fishy. And I was like, oh, I don't like that.
No.
Any other name, you know what I mean? There's too many negative connotations with fishy. And she kept saying it. And I was trying not to get wound up, you know what I mean? Because if somebody spots that weakness.
You're not a fishy.
I'm not a fishy.
Not fishy, no.
So she kept throwing it out. And then one day we're getting stuff from the bakery and she was like, oh, I love cream fingers. So I started calling her fingers because of the negative connotations.
Right.
So every time she said, I went, all right, fingers. And then she just stopped.
So the two E's together is fishy fingers?
Fishy fingers.
Or fish fingers?
At least you were calling her creamy fingers.
That's your
That wouldn't have went down too well. Like.
Do you ever get called like a nickname that's like unique to one person? I'll tell you an example. My mate, years ago, we were down in a lot of my mates were down. They were down in Belfast. Uni, so I used to go around all the time. And me and my mate Josh, he's actually lives in Australia now. We were sitting one time and whatever, we're sitting drinking or whatever, and the news was just on the TV just during the day, like whatever. And it was like Sky News, and it was about some soldier over in Iraq or something or whatever happened. And it said at the bottom, "Bombardier, such and such." Like that's like a title of a soldier, like a bombardier. And he just turned around to me and goes, "Bombardier, go and pass me over that there thing there." So I was all, "What do you call me?" He's all, "Bombardier, Brendan." I don't know. See, ever since I talked to him, he's all, "Bombardier, what's the crack?" But nobody else has ever called me it. Like, you know what I mean?
So it's just unique to one person.
He just calls me Bombardier. If somebody
just
says
a random nickname, it's
that's just out of nowhere, and there was no context for it whatsoever. It was just on the TV, and he just says, "Hey, Bombardier."
Like nicknames are just so stupid. Like how they catch on and how they work. So like Gene Hackman, the actor too, Eugene has to get called Gene Hackman, and then it changed to Hack. There's people who, like as you're saying, certain people just call me Hack. 3 people in the world, and then some people call me Hack Attack, all because of Gene Hackman.
And Eugene and
what the fuck?
That's about our reach, like on that.
It's crazy, lads. It's not fucking right.
I had as well. The same as that. Just took one person to say it. Fantonio Banderas. And that person still was cracked. Antonio Banderas. Yeah, that's going back about 15 years ago. Like, and still.
We could literally talk about this. I think I've done a video about this before. There's just nicknames.
Nicknames, hilarious.
Do you know what? I have to mention one more because it's wrote out there on a wall, but it's not in reference to me, right? Because there's no way. It was kids, no kids with chalk. Remember, you used to get chalk. But it says Rusty, and I was. No, hold on. Is that what you're thinking? So I was like driving out in my car that day and I looked at it and went Rusty, and I know when you get a memory then. I was all, Kevin. So I was in I went to Kevin once. So it was over the 12th and my family and I went down to Kevin just to get away for a wee night, and they were all they're drinking all day, so they were away to bed early, and I was all, fuck all they do, you're away to bed. So I went down, I just typed in Best Guinness and Kevin, and went to the bar, and I was just sitting there having a few pints of Guinness, and all these students came in. This was only about like 4 or 5 years ago. All these students came in, and they were all, "Yes, mister." No, you know you're a man. Or you know you're old. And they were all, "Yes, mister. What are you doing?" I was all just having a few pints, and they were all, "On your own." And I was all, "Aye, what's wrong with that?" So you doing? You're old. And for some reason, about 10 minutes later, they were all calling me Rusty. I don't know why.
You just became Rusty?
But Rusty got invited to a fucking nightclub. So I went to the nightclub with him for about 4 hours.
So it's all about you out here?
I think so.
They came up from Kevin.
Kevin heads.
Maybe they're back now and they've all got good jobs.
Some people get a blue plaque outside their house.
I was going to say something about Rusty. I think I know who it is, but for legal reasons.
Oh, okay.
Copyright.
Drug dealer.
Oh, okay.
No, that's not me. That's not me.
I know it's not you, but I've got a feeling that's just like a Rusty.
That sounds like a drug dealer name.
Rusty's around.
£80 a bag. What?
There's Rusty territory.
Who said that?
These are Rusty streets. I haven't said his real name. So.
Boys,
anyway.
Well, we have a wee look at what was going on in 2010.
Let's do it.
Sure, why not?
So there was the Icelandic volcano that
That's
brought
right, the
down
big
all the
ash-
flights.
ash cloud and all
The
that,
big
yeah.
ash cloud.
So that was a whole handle.
That was a awful handling, all right. In Chile, 33 miners were trapped down 2,300 feet below ground. Do you remember that?
Was that the ones that they asked for a Foo Fighters CD to be sent down?
They did.
And then Dave Grohl sent them a video or a letter or something because
That's right.
something like this. You tell it. You tell it.
I know that, but and then so there was a guy. I remember watching it. I remember watching it live, and there was people getting rescued and stuff, and there was a whole big thing. The families were there waiting on them and stuff. And then this guy came out, and his wife was waiting, but also his girlfriend on the side was waiting.
Oh,
Imagine coming out from being trapped for weeks or whatever it was underground, and then coming out and looking here, and it's your wife, and looking here, and it's your girlfriend, and going, "Get me back in that fucking mine."
Back in the hole.
Back down and back down. So that was, and this is another thing that happened. I don't know if you remembered. RT News, there was a really bad winter, and there was a guy walking down the sidewalk, walking down the pavement,
and
I know the video.
and he slipped.
That was viral before viral.
That was
a thing.
viral before viral was a
wow.
thing. That was amazing.
On his ho-ho.
He just went up, and the feet actually went up higher than his head.
did he just walk right behind the reporter and fall?
Aye, so they'd sort of panned across, and they're talking about the weather, and this guy just went walking past. He just went, whoosh,
Right.
boom.
It was one of them falls like you're laughing for 10 minutes. When you see it. Like if you see it in the street, you're stopping and going, "Fuck."
Oh, aye.
That's not me. Like
Pointing and laughing.
Do you ever see the one about the runners? It must be in the icy weather, snowy weather. I think it's in America. The
All
two
over the
runners
place.
are getting interviewed, and they're all it's great, a great sort of atmosphere to run though, and with the snow on the ground, and all you're really like you've got the grit and all, and then they're all okay, enjoy your run, and they run off, and the girl just slaps on their ho ho, and then she's all and then they're all, I hope she's okay.
Awkward. Like that studio.
So the iPad was launched in 2010.
Right.
Instagram was released in 2010.
Jesus.
and then
Feels like it
girls
was
got
longer than
famous for having lethal asses.
The first Black Friday sales happened in the UK.
Right.
Obviously a big American thing. Tiro Park opened. What else? One Direction were formed, blah, blah, blah.
I was waiting for this. I'm so sorry.
Go for it. Go for it.
I am the forgotten member of One Direction.
What?
They got mixed up with me and Niall Horan.
Did they?
I'm telling you this. I was going to talk about this in future stand-up, but I'll give a wee glance
Go for
at
it.
now. So in 2009, I auditioned for the X Factor. There's 3 rounds before you get the Simon Cowell, etc. Right? So I got through the first round, and then there's another producer for the second round, and I go sing away, and they go, "Look, you can't talk back to them. It's just a yes or no." But the boy went, and I had blonde hair, and I was a wee bit chubby, and I was all cute, and he goes, "Come back next year." I didn't go back next year. Niall Horan gets in One Direction, so technically
That was your space.
Niall Horan is living the life that you should be living.
I could have been the Gary Barlow of One Direction, the chubby boy who had a voice about him, and Niall Horan took he might be a better singer now, but I think I was a better singer back then.
I don't even think so.
I think Niall Horan should hang his head in shame.
Yep.
I'm absolutely fuming now because that could have been me.
If you're listening to this, Niall.
I'm never speaking to you again.
No.
Horan's a good name for you. Horan yourself about.
The forgotten member, I think I'm on this on. I could be completely mad, but I think I'm on.
And that would have been the Max Factor.
The Max Factor.
Sean's got it here.
I love
it.
What about music and movies of 2010?
Go you first, because I'm dying to hear about this album. One of your favourite albums.
Chip in anytime you want with any music or movies that rings a bell.
Jason Derulo. I've been dying to do that 2010. That was everywhere. Like,
So I'll start, as I always start, with the top 5 songs of that year according to the Billboard chart. This is obviously the top 5 most popular songs. I always say to these boys, I always disagree with these because there's songs on the list that you heard far more. Anyway, we'll go in reverse order. Number 5 from that year was OMG by Usher and Will.i.am. I didn't know this one. Marion knew it to my partner. I don't know. I couldn't.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Doesn't ring a bell.
baby,
neither.
let me love you down.
She started singing it too. I didn't know it.
What a tune.
Is Niall Horan in the room?
Number 4 was California Girls by Katy Perry and Snoop Dogg. Remember that one, obviously.
No.
No, I don't remember that.
No.
California girls
Ah, yeah.
are undeniable.
Still doesn't even Brandy. No.
Oh, Jesus,
No.
what are you at?
Don't know.
I
Anyway,
didn't know snippets on that.
you'll know this one. Hey Soul Sister by Train. Remember that
Hey
one?
Soul Sister. Yeah.
I don't wanna miss you.
That's a good
This
tune.
one as well. I had to Google this one, but it's actually a good wee tune. It's Need You Now by Lady Antebellum. And it's like a wee country song. It's like, it's 1:15.
I know it.
I'm all
That is-
alone
I know it.
and I need you.
Just get a wee tune.
Banger.
Good
That was
melodies.
a good tune. And then number one was TikTok by Keisha, which I had to Google or had to like listen to it on Spotify, but I knew it straight away. It's like, wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. Sounds like she's having a fucking medical episode. But
The minute you started singing, I was like, you know it.
you know what I mean? And I don't know, to this day, I don't know how P. Diddy feels. It probably doesn't feel great when he wakes up these days on the run, you know. But I always do a wee list of some of our songs right that year, like popular songs. Airplanes by B.O.B. featuring Hayley Williams from Paramore. Remember that one? Airplanes in the night sky like shooting
That's
stars.
right. Yes. Yes.
Love the Way You Lie, Eminem and Rihanna.
Okay. No.
Telephone, Lady Gaga and Beyonce. Billionaire by Bruno Mars and Travis McCoy. It was a wee banger. Love that
Travis
wee tune.
McCoy.
Good year for music. Good
Jim
year.
Class
It's
here.
all about pop
Definitely.
songs like I Got a Feeling, Black Eyed Peas, Haven't Met You Yet, Michael Bublé, Paparazzi, Lady Gaga, You Somebody, Kings of Leon, Empire State of Mind by Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. And then I'll go we run through some albums right that year. The first one on my list is one of my, I was saying these boys, one of my favourite albums of all time. And it came out in 2010. It was Arcade Fire's album, The Suburbs, their third album. And they actually they headlined Electric Picnic the year after that. So I got to see them touring this album.
Amazing.
Unbelievable performance and
Class.
brilliant album too. You had Kanye West with My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, LCD Sound System, Gorillaz, Vampire Weekend, Black Keys,
Plastic Beach,
MGMT, Foles, Kings of Leon, Two Door Cinema Club, Sufjan Stevens, Tame Impala, Linkin Park, and The Dead Weather, which was Jack White's band, all had albums out that year.
Nice.
There's, as I say every time, there's far more, but that was what I scribbled down between getting home from work, getting me dinner, and coming over here.
And that's plenty, Brandy.
That's plenty. I'm already fucked off listening to myself. So let's hear about some movies.
I fucking love Plastic Beach. Eh?
So what was the Jason Derulo song? Was it
Writing
just called?
solo.
Did you,
That didn't come up on the top 5 list anyway.
Writing solo was at least we did talk about this downstairs, Sean. I think some things I was typing in were coming up for the wrong year.
That happens.
Oh, I've had that.
No, I realised 2 of my top 5 songs, and I think it must have been one year after the other. The same song appeared in both 2 different years. It was
No way.
Smooth
I was
by
getting so
Santana.
because I came in and said to him about Avatar, and he was like, "It's 2009." I was like, "Fuck my research." I said, "We're going well."
But a film might
But it
come out one
probably-
year, and it might be the
yeah.
biggest film the next year. Do you know that
Yeah,
kind of way?
yeah.
So
I
crosses
reckon
over.
that came out at like Christmas. So by the time it was like fucking making 2 billion, it was in
We were close.
2010, like.
We were close, Sean.
So there was a barrage of fucking rom-coms, and I'm just going to fly for these
Barrage.
because they're shit. No, some of them are okay.
I'll be the judge at.
Going the Distance, The
Never
Switch,
No.
Love and Other Drugs, How Do You Know, When in Rome, Date Night, The Bounty Hunter, Backup Plan,
Man, none of these. I just like you're
Killers.
listing
Leap Year.
random words.
They're all pretty big fucking...
I think Steve Carell's
Big
in a
hitters.
few of them.
Date
Steve
Night?
Carell's
Was he in Date Night?
and I think there's another one there, Steve Carell, but he was massive in 2010. Like,
Yeah, you're talking
Aye.
like Jennifer Aniston, Jason Bateman, Drew Barrymore, Justin Long, Anne Hathaway, Jake Gyllenhaal, all big hitters.
Yeah.
Like
All the boys.
Paul Rudd and a couple of them,
Yeah.
Jared Butler, like J-Lo, Ashton Kutcher,
all gorgeous,
Amy
people.
Adams.
They
gorgeous
are.
people.
They are.
But some good ones now, like I'm Still Here
Yeah,
with Joaquin Phoenix.
Never seen that.
I
like
never heard of that one though.
It's almost like a documentary. It's where he was letting on, he was giving up acting and becoming a hip hop star.
I think
But it was a whole, it was just an act, like it was.
News to me here.
Buried, remember Buried with Ryan Reynolds? He wakes up in a coffin
Don't remember that either.
I don't mind.
and he's only got a box of matches and a cell phone or something like that there. Like,
As the whole film, him and the
oh,
coffin,
fuck yeah.
I
I
couldn't
think I
couldn't
have
hack it.
seen
Couldn't hack
vaguely
it.
minded it.
That's good. Inception.
Aye, seen that obviously. Yeah.
Good show.
I've watched the first 15 minutes like 6 times, and every time, fuck that.
Too much
Waking
head
up, they
melt.
just keep waking up, waking up, waking up. Well, what the fuck? You just keep waking up. What's real?
What do you mean? You keep watching 15 minutes and then you wake up? Is it boring?
Fell asleep.
Inception, baby.
You probably only need to watch the first 15 minutes.
I know, but like, it's just like waking up, waking up.
Submarine.
Never actually seen
Submarine.
that. Is that the Richard
Oh,
Ayoade one?
that's fucking
Never
great,
saw
man.
it.
That's a good film. Alex Turner
I've
does
always
the
meant.
soundtrack.
No, I've always meant they watch it. I just never have.
Really good. One of them coming of age kind of dramas. Really good. Kick-Ass.
Kick-Ass. Used to love that.
Kick-Ass,
Hey.
yes.
Loved that when it came out.
Great show.
That's where when they kind of flip those superhero movies on his head. Like
I really enjoyed that now. Yeah.
Shutter Island.
Shutter Island was brilliant. Fuck, I love that film.
Scorsese.
Top 5.
Brilliant film.
Really?
5 greatest
Brilliant
films
film.
ever.
Fucking hell, I never watched it.
Have you never watched it?
No.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Get on it.
Mindfuck,
Very
like,
good.
Wow.
It is,
I haven't seen this, but always have to mention Denzel, like Book of Eli.
no, I never seen that either.
No.
I was always aware of it, but I never watched it.
I need to see that. I just watched one with him from the 90s there the other day called Virtuosity.
Nope, never
Fucking
seen that
brilliant.
I need to get on more of his films because
Fucking brilliant.
He's incredible.
Anything I've
man.
ever seen him on, he's brilliant. Like,
Blue Valentine.
seen that. That one with Michelle Williams and seen that.
Ryan-
Pretty grim
Ryan
film as far as I
Gosling.
remember.
Ben Affleck, The Town.
Oh, what a friggin' show that is! I love that. The bank robbery one.
I seen that. That was the
Boston
last
bank
show.
robbers was brilliant.
Yeah.
Great film.
Have you ever seen MacGruber?
No,
It rings a bell though. What's that?
Fucking get on that. Wolford, Ryan Philippe, and Val Kilmer.
no.
No, I've never seen it.
it's like
Maybe
a-
I've just heard about it.
Take a piss sort of like MacGyver kind of or something like that.
That's
there.
exactly what it is.
The
It
name's
is
ringing a bell,
one of the
like-
most hilarious fucking things ever. My brothers and I love
I
it.
think
Like,
Michael Scott in the Office references.
That's
it, or
where
like
I
dresses up as him or
think
something. He's
I've
all
heard it.
MacGruber.
Yeah.
Just something like this here. Just have his memory.
I think that's where I
Yeah.
got it from too,
and
yeah.
then they did a TV show about like 10 years later, and it was just as good. Like, The Fighter,
Very good show too. Christian Bale, Mark Wahlberg.
Dinner for Schmucks.
I was sorry, I was the UFC one, wasn't it?
No, boxer. It was
Boxer.
playing based on real people. It was Mickey Ward and his
Oh,
brother.
fuck, I did see
And
that.
your woman, what do you
Unbelievable.
call the Ma? She's amazing too. What do you call her? The girl that played his Ma.
I can't remember.
She's
So that was the
brilliant
first of the great trilogy of fights, Mickey Ward and Gotti, wasn't it?
Well, the
Or
whole
was it
thing was
just-
about Mickey Ward was like Mark Wahlberg, and he was like training or
Aye.
becoming a world champion. But his older brother, who was played by Christian Bale, was like a crack addict, and he was called Dickie something. Can't remember
Because it was a true story.
It was a true story.
And very close to the actual story.
Black Swan.
Black Swan, brilliant too.
Brilliant.
Weird wee film.
And then I seen this one. I had to mention it because it made me laugh. Titanic 2.
Oh, I've seen that there. Did you ever see it? It's absolutely hilarious. It's like
I
it's
wrote
like
it
a wee
down.
B
There's
movie.
a second Titanic.
But what do you hear? No, it is. It's a pure wee B movie. It's like pure shite, low budget thing, right? But it's basically it's like 100 years after the Titanic sank, and they have an anniversary party where they get on a boat, and of course this boat sinks too.
Oh, Jesus.
But I remember one scene we were all watching it one night. I think it was like no sitting drinking or whatever, blasting away, whatever. And we're all sitting watching it, pure stupid cheesy. And there's one scene where this elevator and like the bottom of the ship's flooding, and there's this elevator, and all these people jump on it, and then the elevator's starting to go up, and the doors start to close, and this boy runs over and he's like, "Hold the elevator, hold the elevator!" And he puts his hands in between the doors and starts to pry it open, and this boy comes out of nowhere and just goes, boom, just fucking cracks him in the face, and he just falls down. And they go, "Oh, we were all falling about the room laughing." There.
This
Brilliant.
ship can't sink again.
But it's worth a watch for how shite it is. It's hilarious. Like,
It sunk at the box office too. So apparently it's doing the reverse journey.
Yeah.
So it's going from New York to
What?
like
but it's
Ireland.
utter ridiculous. And
I
it's just
swear
but-
I didn't know there was a second
No.
Titanic. Like,
But it's-
where do
it's-
you go? Like,
It's not a sequel.
it's one of them ones you'd see in like Channel 5 at like 2 o'clock in the
Right.
afternoon. Do you know what I
it's
mean?
like,
It's not a sequel. To
oh, so
like
this was
Jack and
based like
Rose.
100 years later.
no, it's just like
It's just different completely. Just different people and all. But it was.
But it's still
probably
like-
told the Titanic 2 just to get thinking that they were going to get
some
interest.
bucks.
I'm definitely I'm invested.
Oh,
I'm
watch
getting
it, hey.
I'm going
Watch
to watch it.
it.
I'm actually going to say to Karen when I
It's
go home we're watching
pure
that,
cheesy
like.
and shite, but it's brilliant.
Here's a wee bit of trivia for because nobody asked for it, like, but I'm going to say it anyway. Do you ever see? There's a film from the early '80s called "Raise the Titanic," right?
I know of it.
Right, and note the thing about it: they didn't actually discover the wreckage of the Titanic until September 1985, and I know that because that's the month I was born, and so that's when they discovered the wreckage and discovered that it was in 2 bits, right?
Seriously, I don't know.
So I think it was 1981 was Raise the Titanic. So in that film, it's still the Titanic in its entirety, and they just raise it up to the surface.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
That's-
As the full ship
that is definitely
connected. Sure, think about Ghostbusters 2 as well. Remember the
That's
Titanic comes back and it's the full fucking ship. Even though that's
they're
89, so I don't know.
factually-
Definitely
That's 89.
I'm going to use that information.
But
there.
then that's probably a ghost ship, like. But I swear to God, Raise It Titanic was the entire thing, and it was pure Rusty.
Rusty!
Hey.
Mucky fucky hands.
Anyway, yeah, I'm full of useless information. Be warned.
That's good there. No, I'm
Yeah.
actually going to use that. That's my wee
Good.
ease it in a party. Like, do you know?
Here we go too, Jimmy.
No.
What do you hear here?
Well, if we're at the same party, it's not going to go down well.
I swear to God, I didn't steal it off Sean.
I'm going to come down and go, right, I've got a story for you. None of the Titanic, everybody, but Max just said.
Eugene.
Right, I'll just.
It's in 2 bits.
Eugene, sorry. Scoots.
So the big shows on TV that year were Come Fly With Me,
Come
Downton
fly with
Abbey.
me.
The Great British Bake Off,
Bake Off.
and Take Me Out.
Take me out.
Take Me Out, that was the one with Paddy McGuinness.
Yeah.
I done a Take Me Out once in, where was it? The Maldron Hotel in Derry.
Right?
I think this might have been about maybe 2013, 14. And they had asked a few local people to go on, and I was shitting myself. I think I might have been working in Duns at the time, you know.
Aye, because that sounds
vaguely
yeah.
familiar.
Sounds familiar, but I went on and I can't even remember what I done. I think I went up and done about stand up, and thankfully, like, lights stayed on, you know, and then it got to the end, and and I was only doing it for a bit of crack. It was a charity thing, and you know, at the back of your mind, you're thinking, oh, maybe. But the girl who picked me at the end, or I picked, sorry, and we were walking off and the crowd were cheering, and you had to go back to the back bar. That was the date in the back bar, and we were walking down through, and she looks up and she goes, I've got a fucking boyfriend, you know. I was like, Jesus Christ. All right, calm down.
It's for charity.
Hey, I'm not looking for my one true love here. Like, looking to get full. Jesus Christ.
I was about to ask, how did the date go?
That was the end of that. But there was one guy get up and all the lights just went off.
Horrible,
Horrible.
They could have left it. No,
They should have.
For the next.
Yeah.
Someone, one person, give a wee confidence boost. Like, do you know what I mean?
Do you know why I loved that show, but it just got monotonous.
Aye.
Like, I was all, why don't they change it to fellas on the lights? Like, and then somebody was all, oh, it's probably because men will take anything. And I was like, no, wouldn't they? Would still be putting lights out. Like, they really would. Like,
Sexist.
Exactly.
I know.
Sexist.
No, but they should at least that
They
role
should have done
reversal.
one time where they flipped it over, 100%.
Because it was just like, because it was like a new, you said, no, we used to love it.
Yeah.
And then it just got to the point where it's like, I'm not watching it.
Paddy McGuinness was good on it.
He's great.
He was brilliant. It was like the new Blind Date. You know, Blind Date was such a massive show in its day, and this was the new Blind Date. He was class. He was funny. Aye.
No
He was
latte.
on-
No latte.
Yeah.
Did
Let
he
the
do
fox
stuff
see the
he-
bunny. That's all those
Are
sort
you
of.
trying to say that he do stuff
No,
for me?
he did stuff with Peter McKay, didn't he? But
Peter McKay?
Peter McKay.
who am I saying now?
Peter Kay and Paddy McGuinness.
Why do I feel? Sometimes I feel
Max
now,
and Paddy.
the 21st generation. I think people have forgotten about Peter Kay, and I'm
Oh,
like,
he's amazing.
like, I went to
Who's
an audition
McKay?
in Dublin, and people were all to me, "You like Peter Kay? He's so 20 years ago."
It's mad how a few years out of the spotlight,
Like,
people.
I think he's still relevant, is he
He's
not?
still
Peter Kay is
amazing.
amazing.
One of the funniest
Peter McKay,
comedians.
that's a good one. There. See that boy, Peter McKay.
They all Peter McKay
I was all
boy.
about my friend Peter McKay's coming here now for tea.
No, I still love Peter Kay.
Sean, you do make a good coffee. You do make
There
a
you
good
go.
coffee.
Thank
There
you.
you go, Sean. One chicken dinner.
Did you watch Peter Kay's
do you want my number?
car share?
Yes.
That was
That was
absolutely
so
brilliant.
good,
That was so
too.
funny.
I don't know. I think he's a genius.
Oh,
Like,
he's
He
brilliant.
is.
genius. Like.
Yeah.
He's one of the kings of that kind of observational comedy
Aye.
of like you saying jokes that everyone relates to. He's the fucking king of that,
It's
as
like
far
you
as I'm
just see
concerned.
your auntie in your
Aye,
head
do
doing
you know what I mean?
exactly what he's talking
I
Has
don't
them all
think
impressions
anybody
nailed down.
could eat or order garlic bread.
Without going garlic bread.
You know,
no,
It's the
no.
first thing you think of.
It is brilliant.
I know what you run about, Sean. You were saying Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere.
They're characters from Phoenix Nights.
What a show.
I knew there was, they did something.
Oh, it was incredible.
yeah.
There was a scene, I think there's a scene, I don't know if he's minded with a dwarf.
Yes.
The headbutt. Oh my God. I fell off the sofa. I was only about 12 and I fell off the sofa. Like, madness. Like,
Because they were. I remember that they were coming walking down, and I think Max goes to Paddy. He goes, "Are they dwarves? Or are they just really far away?"
That's it. One of my favourite scenes, I think it was Phoenix Nights too, where they were bouncers outside the club, Max and Paddy, and they got new walkie-talkies, and they were testing them. He's all, stand far away and see how far they'll go. So he's like, stand over there. And at one point, he's all like, Peter Kay's all, can you hear me, Paddy? And he's all here, and he goes, where are you? He goes, I'm on the bus. And it just shows this bus pulling away, and he's all,
And then he goes to the chippy.
that's right.
Get back, you bastard! Break your legs.
I think that's going to get a wee watch again.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Brilliant.
Oh, genius. So, boys, I think we may wind it up.
Aye. Good as time as any.
That
Had a
was
nice chat, lads,
that was highly enjoyable, and thank you so much, man, for being a guest on the show.
Eugene
Thank you.
Flash Max. Good man.
And everybody, keep a wee eye out on the socials for the next shows coming up.
Yeah,
And we're going to do a wee collaboration as well.
100%.
Max and Paddy.
I'm telling you,
Just
it could
saying.
be a thing. It could be a thing.
Max and Fenty.
Max and
We're
Fenty.
definitely, look, he said live now, so he has to do a
Oh,
collab.
hi, I'm
Ver- verbal contract.
I'm in.
Good man.
So, yeah, again, thank you very much.
Not a problem.
man.
Thank you
It's
so
been
much.
a pleasure.
Pleasure,
Very
man.
welcome. Very welcome.
So, I've been Fenton Harvey, we've been Brendan Mahan, Sean Kerry, and of course, our special guest, Max Roddy. Thank you, everybody,
This guy.
so much for listening. Check us out on our socials, the Facebook,
Mind the
Instagram.
time.
We
Mind
have
the
TikTok
time.
going now, too.
Party great dance.
Mind the time.
But I crack.
All that crack. So thank you, everybody. And good night, good morning, good day. Enjoy your day. Lovely. Thank you. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Slam.